This morning, Jesus is asking us in the gospel reading, do you want to be healed? In other words, are you taking the opportunity to grow and heal through our Lenten penances or practices these last days of Lent? A few years ago, a priest in our seminary gave a small talk to us seminarians about keeping our practices during Lent. I think during his appointment, he knew that some seminarians were being lazy at this point. So he gave a small story about missed opportunities. Maybe you've heard about this story. A man was trapped in a hurricane within his home. And the first responders called him and they asked him, do you want to be rescued? There's only a few moments left before this whole town will be flooded by the hurricane. The man said, no. I'll wait. Jesus will rescue me. A few moments later, he noticed the waters were rising up, so he had to climb to the top of the roof of his home. And he saw a lifeboat was going through the waters, rescuing many people who were about. And the man inside the lifeboat asked him, do you want to be rescued? And the man said, no. I'll wait. Jesus will rescue me. Finally, the waters were rising on top of the roof. This was his last chance. And a helicopter happened to pass by. And the man in the helicopter asked him, do you want to be rescued? And finally the man said, no, I will stand my ground. Jesus will rescue me. And finally the waters reached up to him. He drowned and he passed away. And when he reached heaven, he asked God, where were you all these times? I was praying about you coming to rescue me, and I didn't see you one time. Finally, God told him, I sent the first responders, I sent the lifeboat, and I sent the helicopter, but you chose not to follow. And so then the man learned that he had missed his opportunities. This Lent, we have many opportunities, all these last few weeks, to be able to grow in our spirituality, to be able to learn new ways, new habits of growth. But just like Jesus has asked this man today who wants to be healed, he asks us, do you want to be healed? Because for 38 years, this man was waiting to be healed by the pool. These healing waters were found in this pool, and many people would gather around this pool to be able to feel the healing waters on their bodies, to be able to be remedied from anything that they had. But Jesus knew in this man's heart that he truly did not want to be healed. He had been next to these waters for so many years, and instead of this man telling Jesus that he wanted to be healed, he gives an excuse. First excuse he says is that he has tried to come into the waters, but he's unable to move. His second excuse is a contradiction. He says that he's tried to move into the waters now, but someone beats him to it. And so Jesus, for the first time, asks someone, do you want to be healed? Very few times does Jesus approach somebody first to heal. And so he receives the healing, but he doesn't give thanks. Instead, he goes and he tells the priests that Jesus has healed him on the Sabbath day. Today, this Lent, it's a good point or a good time in Lent to ask ourselves, to take stock. Have we truly practiced what we said we would practice on day one? Have we followed out with what we chose to fast from during these last few days of Lent? Because it's when we follow through with our practices that we open ourselves up to those same healing waters, but I'm talking about the graces of God to be able to come to the fullness of life as we approach this Easter season.